It's like a bacterial infection, but I guess everybody has it in their body. But I
Okay.
guess once it gets,
MRSA has a specific resistance against antibiotics that
yeah, and that's
is very, very dangerous
Oh,
because
wow. Okay.
a lot of the resistance to antibiotics, especially if they have a bacteria that's got like a common resistance to a lot of bacteria, you almost kind of run out of freaking of antibiotics that you could use.
yeah.
So MRSA, and it's fast spreading as well. So it's pretty nasty stuff. I mean, you have resistant pathogens, all the time, but it's pretty nasty stuff. It really is.
Now, she had told me back then. And this was probably going back 10 years ago. Because I've had it. Like now, every time I get a cut or I get something else, I've really got to keep an eye on. Because if you had it once, you're more likely to get an outbreak again. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dude, man,
methicillin resistant,
Yeah.
resistant. So it
I hope you're good now, man. I hope that you're good to go, brother. 'Cause
Yeah. That, like I said, that was like 10 years ago that
wow.
happened, and like I said, but yeah, when they drained those cysts with no local at all, that
Well,
was that was some pain. I can tell you that.
I'll tell you what, I'm not anywhere near that tough. And what I've been going through with this, it's still no braces, and it still twings a little bit every now and then. I'm still a kid, man. I hit it by accident. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like already crying and stuff like that. But listen, Kevin, you and I were just talking about something, and we need to get on the ball with this together. Carrie Horney, we need you naked behind a Room
no
101 bar.
And
no
Kara, I'm gonna interrupt there for
no.
a second. And when
Please
when
do.
when he says we, he means him.
Yeah,
No, no.
yeah. There is no
Yeah,
fucking way.
I say we. I mean that hairy mofo right there with
Duncan.
the high behind you to the capping glasses.
Duncan, the only thing I have of Room 101 is this,
Well, that'll cover it.
and I don't think I could hide behind that. So I ordered these,
Yeah. Yeah.
You can hide that sun behind that stick. How's that?
Yeah.
dude. There's a lot that could be hidden behind the first one. That could be hidden behind the first one, but
Dude, I love that video. I loved it. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was awesome.
what's up, Paul? Big Tony's on. Nolita, thank you very much for joining us.
Going on, everybody. Hello.
We were supposed to have Gary all night from the brand 1776, and he and I connected today, and he was having some technical difficulties, and something popped up, and I said, well, we'll push it out to next week. Not a big deal. I know Lars said he's going to be late. He's doing some music thing tonight, music video. I don't know, but I was talking to Kevin. Kevin goes, "Hey, you gonna hop on?" I'm like, "Of course I do. No, of course I do, Kevin. It's always fun with you because there's a lot to talk about. We are gonna. I do want to talk a little bit about the brand 1776 and some of the other cigars that actually I just got in, and I'm going to be putting on the VSRCigarFam.com page. And what's up, Dwayne? And even a little bit of update on the Stogie Road cigars.
Nice,
Right-
dude,
right on.
nice.
Dude, major progress being made, bro. Major progress being made in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Nicaragua, okay? Don't be getting all that weird shit.
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Whenever I say Nicaragua, I always feel like I'm skipping over something, like I'm like my tongue's on fire. Like I want to say Nicaragua like a gringo,
That
but if I
sounds
don't,
a lot better than what you're saying.
Nicaragua.
Yeah, I don't want to say it too fast because the Nicaragua. I don't want to
You
say.
got to drop the G.
I also don't want to say the N word at the beginning of that. If I say it too fast, I concentrate.
Dude, if
You
you're
know,
saying that, it's not because of a mistake, man. That's some
I
deep
know.
hidden
Someone will be
problems,
like,
bro.
they'll be like, what did Kevin say?
What? What did he say?
Dude, that is not by mistake either, Kevin. But I mean, and I always feel funny, like it's like Guayabera. I always feel like I'm like gumming something there. It's same thing with Nicaragua.
It's just like Cool Whip. It's like that, Cool Whip.
Whip.
Cool Whip. I would say
What do
Cool
we do
Whip.
with Cool Whip? I even was scrambling because I had a really cool intro for Gary. So I was like, fuck. So I put together a quick intro for us three and Lars when he gets on. So
Was it a scheduling thing for him? He just couldn't lock it down?
he was having some technical issues, and We connected, so and I said, "Look, bro, not a big deal. I get it. Let's go for next week. It's still going to be a really great show. Really nice guy. I mean, we had some really good conversations, today. But unfortunately, just not going to happen. So,
he's the brand owner of those really cool cigars you're smoking now.
yeah, and we have them available on VSRCigarFam.com right now in 3-packs. Very, very nicely packaged 3-packs. So I mean the presentation is fantastic. I think the cigars are fantastic as well. So we could talk a little bit about that. So let's do a little intro and start the show. Hola, brothers. This is the Leaf. Viajante here on Stogie Road. I'm with Kevin Shahead from Cigar Prop and my main man, Duncan Ramon Echevarria.
What is going on, guys? And just so everybody knows that don't know me, I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and tonight we're broadcasting live from the Room 101 Sex Dungeon. That is the official name of this part of the studio. I got the word from Boofy a little bit ago that he would like it to be called the Room 101 Sex Dungeon. So that is where we are broadcasting from tonight.
Who the hell is Boofy?
Matt Booth.
Matt Booth, come on.
Oh, Boofy.
I thought you Boofy. B-O-O-F-Y. Boofy.
Yeah, Boofy, baby.
That's what everybody knows him as Boofy.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's odd. So, thank you, Boofy. We were supposed to have on Gary tonight from the brand 1776. Something came up and he couldn't make it, so we got Kevin, we got Duncan, and
no Lars.
Lars is going to be on a little bit later.
Okay.
But the good news is that online right now on VSRCigarFam.com, you can get the brand 1776 in 3-packs right now.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I was prepping it all up. I'm like, man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be ready for the show. And then he couldn't make it, so I was like, okay, I can't do that. That's not cool. But I gotta tell you, it's a fantastic cigar. And I've smoked all 3. I think the Smooth Sailing is a very nice Connecticut. It's got some pepper midway through. The Culture is. It does have spice to it. It's not peppery spice. It is patchouli spice. It is very musky, strong spice. And then you have the Scarlet Crown.
Like Old Spice, maybe? Like an Old Spice?
It's not Old Spice.
And I thought it was because I brought the package out to show you, Care, when I mentioned I was going to smoke the Scarlet Brown tonight.
Scarlet Crown.
Do you have one of those handy?
Not on me. I don't have a Scarlet Crown on me. I don't have a Scarlet Brown.
Because if you look at it, doesn't it look like a B next to the C? Scarlet Brown. So yeah, that's why I thought it was.
I'm regretting this special guest request.
I got a cake in the oven. I gotta just go check on it real quick. It's a B or a C.
I used to have a nice, reputable show, and it's gone to this. Fucking Kevin picking apart the cigars I'm trying to promote, and Duncan with a freaking cake in the oven.
I love it. I love this packaging. It's beautiful. It comes now. do they all come individual like this, or do they
Yes.
offer them like okay? So there's no like 5-pack with a
No, within the 3-packs, they all come in. They're bubble wrapped.
yeah.
So they all have their individual wrap, individual bag. They're bubble wrapped, and then they have the newspaper wrapped over top of it. And then they have shrink wrap over top of it. So they're very secure.
Yeah, I'll be interested next week because I really want to know what this phrase means on the back. Long is the way and hard that out of hell leads up to light. Now I understand. I just wondered if they got that from somewhere.
Did you Google it?
I did not Google it.
Google it.
I probably should.
All right. While Kevin Googles that, what are you smoking tonight? You smoking the clown or the crown?
I am smoking the Scarlet Crown.
I have no idea. Jennifer said something about the clown earlier, so I got
I was like, wait, where are you going with that? Come on.
Rear view mirror.
You're not me. You are not me. You're not me.
I am not you, Duncan.
You are good.
And
You're
I
one
wish
of
I
the good
was.
ones.
I'm one of the good ones. That's the rumor going around. I'm the one spreading it.
Yeah. So it's a quote by John Milton. And I don't know how old it is, but he in his picture.
John Milton, didn't he write Paradise Lost?
I don't know. Paradise Lost by John Milton. Yes.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's from Paradise Lost. I don't know how old he is, but he's got this frilly thing wrapped around him. So it appears to be old.
John Milton didn't write that in the 60s. I can tell you that much. Maybe the 1760s.
Yeah. Oh, is that where the brand comes from? 1776. Then did he write it?
I don't know. We got to ask Gary next week when he's on the show. I just know when you said John Milton, I know he wrote Paradise Lost. He wrote a couple books, but Paradise Lost is a big one.
John Milton, good guy, man, solid. I mean, he was a big cigar guy too. By the way, back in the days, he was a big cigar guy.
I don't know what that means, Frank. I don't know what the clown.
First published in 1667.
Yes, good days, man.
Were they? No. The past is the worst, Duncan. The past is the worst.
Dude, I'm that guy that wants the damn EMP pulse to hit, dude. I'm thinking, let's just go back. Horses. Guys out there dueling with swords. I'm ready for that Z apocalypse.
Okay, are you okay, Duncan? Let me ask you.
But if you hit your elbow during a duel, it's gonna hurt.
Then I'm screwed. I'm so screwed.
Let me ask you this, Duncan.
Yeah, man.
Out of all the things you're willing to give up, is air conditioning one of them?
You know what? Growing up in Cuba, growing up in Miami, and heat doesn't bother me, dude. It really doesn't. Okay, then go home tonight. Turn your air conditioning off. Call me in 3 days. But we don't even I'm usually in the living room and stuff like that. I may have a fan on. That's what I would miss. You know what? Not the air conditioning. I think a nice fan.
You're a big fan. Your biggest fan.
Yeah,
John, who got sold? Oh, Lighthouse Cigars got sold.
Lighthouse Cigars.
Lighthouse Cigars is Somerville.
That's yes, right where close to Havana's, right?
Yeah, it's a really nice. It's a nice little cigar shop, and then they have a building behind it where you can go in like a lounge, and it's actually they had a great selection when I was there.
So Somerville's that up by you care? Oh, there you go, Somerville, South Carolina.
Somerville, yeah, it's down near. It's north of Charleston, so it's like a suburb of Charleston.
I don't know where that's at, Care. So you gotta, how far away is it from you?
3 hours south of me.
Okay.
So it's at the southern tip of South Carolina.
Okay.
Well, Kevin, what could you or what could you not live without? God forbid, the shit hits the fan. What is you cannot live without this? What is it about?
Everything. I'm a pussy.
We've established that on our show. You and Jennifer are freaking going to be zombie meat.
Yeah. Me and Jennifer are just going to do our best to just survive while Care and Jessica care for us.
We talked about going camping, Duncan, and it was like Jess and I are like, man, we'll go camping, we'll make some freaking mountain pies, and Kevin and Jennifer are like, well, will there be an RV at said campgrounds? Will there be a cabin at said campgrounds?
I love it. Dude.
And I'm like, seriously? And oh yeah, Jennifer's like, I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. I'm like, well,
I know that because every now and then on a show, a moth will fly by. She freaks out.
Dude, you have no idea. I'll be talking to her, and we having a serious conversation, and then she'll just act like literally what you would think of a rattlesnake going by. or a ghost. Like she jumps and it completely disrupts the conversation and the flow.
I love
Yeah,
the
it's hard to come back from a conversation like that.
I dig it. I went. I did when I first moved up to North Carolina. One of the things that I really wanted to treat myself was because in Miami, where the hell do you go camping? Nowhere, right? But I moved up here and I had a good buddy of mine, a cigar guy. Him and his son said, "Hey, have you ever heard about the Appalachian Trail or Appalachian? However you pronounce it?" I said, "Dude, we went out for the entire weekend. We were hiking, we were camping, doing baked beans, drinking some." Moonshine, smoking cigars. It was just a great weekend. We did it a few times. I absolutely loved it. To anybody who's never done it like that, man, roughing it is just the coolest shit ever.
It's coolest for the weekend, isn't it? You ever try doing it for 6 months?
I'll tell you what, you're spot on about that. You're spot on about that. I got a buddy.
Got to do what you got to do. You freaking dandelions. The dandelions collide.
Yeah.
Dandelions. Hey, Kerry, remember Shannon? Shannon run the singer, the guitarist. He is an avid hiker. Like he goes out for weeks and sometimes like long periods of time. He has traveled all the different trails in the Carolinas on his own with his brother. I mean, this kid is
nice guy.
Really cool, man. Nice guy. He takes entire photo essays of where he goes, and he loves that stuff. That's one of the guys that I want to hook up with so that we can do that like a 1 week, just get away, just literally go backpacking, dude. He's a beast.
I can see that for a week. So, what are you smoking tonight, Duncan?
Little house blend, one of the Doña Noli cigars.
I can see Little House on the Prairie.
Little house on the prairie blend. What do you call John Boy?
Is that called the Laura Ingalls? John Boy's of
Walden's. This is called the John Boy. Was that the Walden's?
I smoked a couple cigars that got a John Boy. You ever smoke a cigar and like the ash goes all the way around and there's that one piece of tobacco on the ash? It looks like an Aaron Neville mole or like the John Boy mole.
Have you ever seen the cigar that has the one on top of the other one? It's called a Great Effing Cigar.
Yeah, no, I've had a couple of those, a couple of John Boys.
No, just a simple little house blend. I love it. It's a good cigar for nighttime. Not too heavy. Good spice. Good little flavor profile. Love it.
Frank, there's all sorts of great place to move into Carolinas. If you want to move to somewhere that's growing, that's affordable, and you actually will get a lot. You will experience a variety all 4 seasons. It's up here in the upstate, Greenville, South Carolina. In that area. If you want to go somewhere that's really, really hot and humid, but very beautiful and can be expensive, go down to the Charleston area. And then if you want to go, I mean, like there's Lancaster and Rock Hill. All those are up and coming. I say up and coming. They were very big booming cities and had a lot of textile industry, and they just went downhill. But the affordability of homes and stuff in that area is beautiful.
Left and right, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of crazy places. When you think of South Carolina, you think of Greenville, Columbia, Charleston, and then you think of Myrtle Beach. But there's a lot of just fields and nothingness in between, and you can pick up a great piece of land and just live in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, with air conditioning and bug zappers, Kevin, but you can do it.
You remember that gentleman Trey or Kevin? This guy has his nice private brand of cigars.
I know Trey.
Trey's a great guy. Well, he literally just bought 4 acres, 10 minutes from where I live.
Oh,
he's building a nice house. He's going to relocate his family up there.
Yeah.
Dude, he said, man, it is like a little piece of paradise. He's loving it. So, again, if anybody, looking, the Carolinas got a lot of beautiful areas, whether south or north, man. I love the mountain kind of like range. I love that.
That's why I like where I live, because we kind of get the best of both worlds. We're in the foothills of North Carolina. But
like only an hour from Asheville, I think. What hour?
Yeah. What was that, Duncan? What am I smoking? Is that what you just asked me?
No.
Okay.
Okay, wait, Karen, what are you smoking, Karen? What's up?
Oh, is that direct towards me?
Mine, Nicaraguan. What's up?
Yes. We are about an hour, where we live now, about an hour and 15 minutes to Asheville. But when I lived in Taylor's, my old place, Duncan, like 15 minutes I was in North Carolina.
Wow.
And we used to take day trips to North Carolina, Hendersonville and stuff. And there's some areas up in North Carolina that I'd leave our area and it'd be like 45 degrees, 50 degrees, and I'd go up in that area and it'd be snowing an hour away.
Yeah, I mean, you got like Boone up here. There was like snowing in Boone last week when it was like in the 30s, dude.
We're back to Boofy here, right?
Yeah. That's sexy
So,
right there.
so where I'm in Florida, Florida's the best. Just FYI, an hour I can be in Tampa, 2.5 hours I can be in Orlando, 3 hours I can be in West Palm Beach, 3.5 I can be in Miami. You know, I can be anywhere.
But you can't. But you can't escape the humidity.
What's that?
Are you like in the center of Florida? Where are you at?
I'm on the Gulf Coast. I'm in Sarasota.
Nice. The Redneck Riviera, baby. I love it.
Cigar Cabin, what's up? Hey, Des Les, I did send you a link if you want to hop on and join us. I know it's probably like midnight in England, but why not? Hop on and talk to him. Such a great guy. So I'm smoking this, and we're gonna have these on the site. The Furumayo, right?
Yeah, because that was a
8x60 by 44.
You really can't get those. Wasn't that a JR exclusive back in the day?
I don't know the history of them. I got them today.
2010, 2011, something like that.
Yeah, I think that.
And then I got this one here. I got the 8x60 by 44. I'm not. No, this is the 8x60 by 44.
I love that you found that big treasure trove, Kevin. That you had all those boxes. They were like what 305s and 601s and all that shit.
Oh yeah, all the.
Dude, that was banging. That was a find because I remember when those first came out. This I think it was 2009, 2008, 2009. That's when he had just come on board with Camacho, and he was coming on like full tilt. I love those blends from back in the days, dude. Absolutely love them.
Well, yeah, I got these today, 4.5 by 52 by 42 and 8 by 60 by 44. I remember, Duncan, when you were at Tobacco Plus and I went in there and they had the with the white and red band.
Oh my god, yeah.
Very big, and you were like, they stopped making these. And I remember I bought like the whole box and held on. They're a great cigar. So we're gonna have these, and I'm also really excited about this.
Was that the red tips? Isn't that with what's his name?
Sam
Lecchia. Yeah.
Sam Lucia.
Yeah.
You'll send Kevin through the freaking ceiling if you say
actually,
wrong.
I'm looking
What's up, Ethan?
I'm looking on Line Care, and you might be. I think you're the only place that you can get that cigar. I get because it was a JR exclusive. There was a couple sites that had them listed, but nothing in current stock. So
well, if they sell, I'm going to pick up some more. But I'm going to be selling three packs of those.
Yeah,
three packs of the 8x60 by 44 and the 4.5 by 52 by 42.
At the low price of go check it out.
Well, I think listen, I'm not going to sit there. What's up, Ron Brown? RTB Cigars. What's up, buddy?
What out, Ron?
$35.99 for the 8-incher and $29.99 for the 4.5-incher.
8-incher.
3-pack. 8-incher.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like
Look,
you
this
said that, man. 8-incher.
Yeah, these cigars are pretty interesting. If you've seen Sam talk about these cigars, so it says here that the inaugural release from Vintage Fresh was chosen for the first. He found bands that were printed in 1923. So the cigars made by Espinosa. The cigars were not made in 1923.
Yeah,
but the cigar bands were, and it's a really cool story that he ran into. Even look how the back of that band. They're different. Now everything's just so perfect.
Oh
you
yeah. You
see how that's
get away
different.
with that.
Yeah. So we got several jars of these. And there's 16 in a jar. It actually comes sealed with a Boveda pack in it. And it comes not wrapped in paper too. Really cool paper with this little story. And I think what are they going to be? They're going to be about $145 a jar for
American.
16. American.
Nice. American, baby.
Well,
American.
listen, it doesn't matter if it's American because we have a non-American on. Our good
What's
friend
up,
from across the
Jazz?
pond.
How you doing? You all right? Everyone all right?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I've only got
I'm excited that you made it. I mean, I know it's what, midnight there?
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Holy crap, dude. What are you doing? I would have just
I
ignored
don't-
my email.
I don't sleep much, to be honest. But good to see you guys. Happy to be on. Thank you for the little invite.
Always, man. Always. What are you smoking?
Well, I've lost my virginity to this one, which Kevin will be happy with.
Yeah, right on.
That's Kevin's.
I loved it.
You loved it.
Yeah, I did. I'm surprised. I was like, it's been in my humidor for a couple of days now, and I thought, don't I? I've heard lots of mixed reviews on it, but I've had one tonight, and I've absolutely loved it. I like it.
Now, what size was it?
It was the 4x38, so it was only
Okay.
with the little pigtail. Cap. But yeah, I was shocked by it. I loved it.
It's a good change of pace cigar every now and then.
Yes, I agree. I wouldn't have one every day. It would be literally a cigar which I would just pick up and just for that little bit of sweetness that I like. Definitely.
It's it's one of the acid cigars that I've smoked that I can actually smoke. I think the Cuba Cuba too is the other ones that I've smoked.
I've not. This was the first one I've ever tried. Yeah.
And what was the one we were talking about the other night, Kevin? That we could with the cone shaped. Remember that one that we were talking about?
I'm trying to think. Because it was the same size as like the Papa Fritas, but I forget what. I think it was the Drew Estate Nasty. I think is what it was. Yeah,
it's the same size as the Crazy Alice, or which one is the cone shape?
Yeah, the Crazy Alice. So yeah, I think they just called it the Nasty. The Drew Estate Nasty was the that infused.
Yeah, I'd smoked that from time to time. That one was a pretty decent little cigar. It had a lot of spice to it.
So the cigar that I've got to smoke now is a JC Newman. Quorum.
Yeah.
I've never had one of those before, so I'm going to just get this one going.
That's the Habano that you're about to smoke? Is that the Quorum Habano?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, a good little bundle cigar. You know, it's the number one selling bundle cigar in the world is the Quorum. You can't beat the now. And I don't know priced over there, but over here they're about $1.50. US is about all they are over here.
No, our prices are so much different here. This is about, I think this was about, in English, it's about £12. So it's quite expensive here.
Fuck out of here, dude. Are you crazy?
No, the price is here. So how much would you pay for a True Estate Acid Blondie, the 4x38 for one? How much would you pay there?
For that size, I want to say it's only like a $5 cigar.
Okay.
You're looking at retail
so you paid £12 sterling for that Quorum. That's $16 US.
Wow.
$16.
Okay, so
how many pounds did you pay?
The 660 Quorum that they do, I think retails at the shop when I had the shop between $3 ish. That's the 660. That's the big boy.
How many pounds, Des?
So this cost me about £13.70, something like that for this one.
Oh my god!
Wow.
$18.
Yeah, for this.
It was that Blondie would be £1 sterling. That would be that's what we would pay.
Why do you keep saying £1 sterling?
I don't know. That's what keeps coming up. Google. I don't know.
Google. How many pounds do you want to know, Kevin? I got a converter right here.
Yeah.
Apparently, I weigh $1 million.
Yeah. So wow. So your prices are.
Oh, they're through the.
Well, that's what the tax that they're trying to introduce out of Chicago, and actually taxing the tobacco weight, and it would literally, have a similar impact on the cigar industry as it has in England and Australia and New Zealand.
Did you see the newest thing out of New Zealand that came out either last week or 2 weeks ago that they want to introduce legislation to where they don't know if they're going to get it through before next year, but if you're not 21 years of age by January 1st, 2022, you'll never in your life be allowed to buy tobacco products in New Zealand. So to curb tobacco use, if you're not 21 by next year, you'll never legally be able to buy tobacco in New Zealand.
That's crazy.
Man.
I mean, just think about that. A 50, 60, 70-year-old man, I mean, eventually you wouldn't be allowed to buy tobacco.
Oh, I'm sorry. You turned 21 after 2021. But I want a cigar. Doesn't matter. Can't get one.
I mean, absolutely crazy.
That's
crazy.
See, that's the type of freaking. I don't want to get off on a political rant here, but that's the type of. But that's the type of taxation, and that's the type of legislation that's just being tossed around, and it's. We're starting to see it here in the States. It's absurd.
Yeah, I've got friends in Australia, and they always say, they always tell me, fight for your rights, fight, because it's happened here in Australia where we wake up one morning and this is gone. We wake up one morning. They woke up one morning and their guns are gone.
Yeah,
all of them. They woke up literally one morning, middle of the night. They passed the law that took all their guns away, and then they taxed the hell out of sugar. They can't get sugar in Australia. Then they tax tobacco, and
I didn't want to say taxation without representation because I thought Des would get mad at me.
Nah.
No.
I don't want to start anything.
yeah.
We already have a brand called 1776.
I was just gonna say nothing about this brand 17.
This brand, I was like, son of a bitch. Des is cool. He's all right in my book. I don't want him being mad at me.
Yeah.
What I saw you the other day, you guys as well, was Josh Dowler. I had a Cedar Creek.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, I had a nice Cedar Creek. It was a very nice cigar. Josh has been brilliant. He's been like get me all the details for it, and he sent me a couple over. Are they a good cigar over there? Do you have much to do with them, or?
Josh is so new, and then where he's at in Indiana.
He's in Indiana.
He's not able to sell online his cigars. So that's his problem. So he's, he can go out to his shops within his state, and then they can carry him. But and I don't know why. If it's just Indiana, maybe he doesn't have the license yet.
Every state's different, man.
Yeah, every state. But yeah, he's not allowed to sell online, so his cigars are very hard to.
Well, they have a really nice winery, restaurant. I mean, they got
right?
distillery. They got everything there, and they got a humidor. So
yeah, dude, he's awesome there.
Yeah, and I've talked to Josh before too. He is a super nice guy. So, I've actually experienced that with some states. I think Ohio, you can't. I can't sell to a shop directly to Ohio. I actually have to sell to a broker who can sell to a shops in Ohio.
Yeah, I've heard Ohio's a little tough.
So I can't I can't just like here in other states. I can reach out to them. I have my license. If they order my cigars, I can send them to them, and then I do my taxes. Ohio, you can't sell directly to a lounge. You have to go through a broker. And then there's others. I think New York's a state where I'd have to collect the taxes from the cigar shop and then pay them.
Oh my God! Wow, dude, that's
so
great.
If I'm like, hey, here's $300 worth of cigars, add in 75%. I need this money. Then I got to be responsible for paying the taxes to that state. And then there's other states where you got to report the names, like the ledger you sold. It's crazy.
So
Wow.
Yeah, Cooper is looking to raise taxes here for tobacco on possibly within the next year, and no one's happy about that. The only plus that retailers have is once you get your tobacco license, it's for life or for the life of the business. Doesn't matter if you change locations. The only thing you got to do is just get a brand new resale certificate for the new change of address. But once you get your tobacco license, you can operate anywhere in North Carolina.
Yeah,
So,
same here.
which I like that. I mean, it's fine. Because if you do events, you got to make sure you have a copy of that and your resale.
Well,
And
Massachusetts is fucked up.
oh,
Boston, I mean, that's where Mike Bellady
but yeah, that's where he's at.
named his cigar the David P. Ehrlich.
Early.
That was the second oldest tobacco shop in the U.S. I can't remember what the story was, whether they lost their lease or something happened, but if you lose your lease or something happens with your shop, you can't open up a new shop. You can't move. You're done.
Yeah.
Dead in the water. And there's a lot of states and cities that are kind of following suit with that, where they won't even allow you to pursue the right to open up an establishment or business because you're restricted. So, as tobacco shops and cigar shops and such, as they start dropping in Boston, they're not going to be replaced by a new shop, nor can they move to another. I mean, even if you're like, I want to move from my place that's getting small, I'm outgrowing it. You can't do that. You got to stay where you are.
It's going to end up being basically the same concept. Like, hey, where do we get the damn Cubans? There's going to be a damn black market for regular cigars. I mean, that's what's going to end up happening. Hey, man, how can you hook me up? Do you have a guy who's got a guy?
People will find ways to freaking getting the tobacco in. Yeah.
People will be calling, hey, Kevin, you're my go-to guy. Are you my guy? He's like, yeah, I'm your guy. That's exactly what it's going to be,
Well, the idea too, with all these potential heavy taxes that are coming in, are potentially going to occur. What really hurts you is bringing in your shipments. So, it's best to have a bonded facility, so you can bring it into a bonded facility, not pay those taxes, only pay as you sell.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I'm moving forward with working with Chris. There is a bonded warehouse.
Is that anything like bondage?
It is. Well, I was getting in. Don't steal my thunder, because Kevin is in the room 101 sex room.
The sex dungeon.
Sex dungeon. So I was going to transition into that, but yeah, we actually have access to a bonded facility. So you still would have to be responsible for those taxes, but only after you sell the product.
Okay.
As it goes out the out of the facility. So, and then bondage. Kevin, if that's going to be the sex dungeon, you really gotta add some stuff.
Yeah, it's I'm usually not from this angle, so yeah, I'll figure something out.
That's what she said.
That's it. So Des, what would you pay for? So take like a Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, Sober Mesa, and an El Americano. What would you pay for that cigar? Because that cigar is 5 times more expensive here than that Quorum. So what would you pay for a Dunbarton?
Dunbarton's, you're probably looking at around about £27 English pounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's about where you look at that. The Davidoffs, they're in that figure. The Cohibas are ridiculous. I don't touch the Cohibas really because they're so expensive here. I mean, Cohibas, you're looking at about between £35 and £40.
So that's about $37 US for that Dunbarton.
Yeah.
So you're paying a little more than double, or right at double.
Yep.
So like a Padron 26, that's gonna be like, give your arm up, because that's the only way you can afford it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it
restricts us here to do the purchasing, and I think that's what restricts us having like cigar rooms. Like you have your brick and mortars there. We don't have nothing here because people don't do it because it's so expensive. It's really expensive. It's not done. Just won't do it.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not a place that's packed with people buying, handfuls of cigars and sitting around and smoking them. Not when you're paying $18 for a freaking bundle stick.
But you know what? It's
cigar,
it's got such great history with tobacco places and smoke rooms. It's got such a beautiful, beautiful history, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got like smoking clubs and all this stuff. I mean, I'm reading a book that's like turn of the century mystery novel happens, in London and shit. And in there, they talk about these beautiful places. I'm gonna meet and have a cigar with this gentleman, and we're gonna have a snifter. And I love reading stuff like that, like period pieces. And I'm thinking, man, England is really such a a beautiful country, and it's attacking tobacco like that, man. That's crazy.
So does how many shops do you have around you? Like how far do you have to travel?
So I have. So the nearest one to me is Stratford upon Avon. That's a 20-minute drive, and that's the Habana House. That's where I got the acid from. And they're great guys in there, but it's really small. The humidor is, you could just about fit one person in it.
No kidding.
You say a Havana House. What do you mean by that?
Habana House, what they're called. It's the Habana House. That's the branding. That's the name of the company. So that's
no, obviously they sell Cubans in there. I'm assuming, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
What are the Cubans going for?
Expensive. It's you're looking. I went in there, and you're looking from anything between £25 and £35.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
In there, and I was lucky enough because they know my channel. They gifted me a couple of these Red Knights, which I've never saw, a Lancero and a Toro, and I bought the 2 Quarrums from them. But the other one nearest us is Birmingham, but that's about a 40-minute drive for me, and it's okay. But we just don't. The nearest one we can go and have a smoke in is probably like near Liverpool. So that's a good 2-hour drive for me.
Okay. So do you have? Because I was looking up because the only shops I know in London is from Mitchell or Chaunt Cigars. Are you familiar with him? Because they're in London, Mayfair, Knutsford, Liverpool, Chester, and Norfolk.
No,
he's at England Bones.
So that they're probably the largest in the UK, the chain of cigar shops. So Mitchell's a great guy.
I'll have to look them up, but I generally stick to my area a little bit because I've built relationships with them. But I've been invited to London on a couple of like cigar nights, but that was before COVID.
Oh yeah.
Going to plan, they were going, come here. We've got this big cigar night here. Invite you, do some stuff, but it's not happened because of COVID. Has just ripped us apart a little bit. It's been quite brutal. What's the state over there at the moment with it?
Depends on the state.
Yeah, North Carolina is pretty open already. Schools are back in full swing. Everything is, again, like quote unquote normal. There's certain procedures like wear masks wherever you go and whatnot, but
nobody does.
It's pretty open. Some businesses just closed. I mean, they couldn't survive it. I mean, but it's like Kerry said, per state, however they're handling it.
Yeah. South Carolina is like that. Oh, go ahead, Kevin. Florida first.
We're lucky. We're in Florida. I always like to say that we're in Florida. We have 0% tax on tobacco. We never closed down during the pandemic. Everything stayed open, and we love our cigars here in Florida.
South Carolina is pretty open. I mean, at one point, I think we lived in the least compliant city in the least compliant state during the whole pandemic.
Said the hell with it.
And then we've seen that we lived in like the highest, new COVID cases in the country too. So, kind of, you have that attitude. There are going to be some consequences to it.
But did you die? But did you die?
No, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't go anywhere. I was quarantined about 2 years ago with my company, so I was pretty lucky there. But, schools are back in swing. One of the greatest things was last weekend or 2 weekends ago. I'd taken our son Joseph downtown Greenville to meet a friend, and it was packed. It was packed. You can just tell people are just like, I got to get the hell out of here. It is really great to see it because the growth in this area has been so huge, and downtown has been just booming. It was really nice to see downtown alive and thriving again.
Yeah, things here are getting back to normal, which is good. Starting to see a bit of normality. The mask has still been worn. I've had my first injection. Have you guys had the injections yet? Have you been?
I've had my first shot a couple weeks ago. I got my second shot on Monday.
Really, that quick? Ours is
well, it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. So I had my first shot, obviously, just a little under 2 weeks ago. But I waited for the longest time because I wanted to make sure, that everybody who needs to get the shot, older folks, people who have
Yeah.
comorbid conditions. I sit at home all day. I mean, realistically, I go to a cigar shop, I wear a mask, and I really was not one of those. I was like so far down the line. And I know some folks who have gotten their shots that really shouldn't have gotten a shot. Wait till someone who really needs to get the shot to get it. But
I haven't got mine yet.
our rotation came through, and I kind of held on, and then Jennifer signed me up. So I'll be getting the second one on Monday.
So Karen, you do for your job, you do these studies. You're not a doctor or a nurse, but
I play one on TV.
Yeah, but so you're in the medical field. So do you feel, because you've seen these sometimes these vaccines, these studies, these treatments take a long time. Do you feel this is safe? Because I said this is kind of what you do for a living.
Yes.
Are you, so you're comfortable with this?
If I wasn't comfortable, I wouldn't have gotten it.
Okay.
I mean, and when they say it's been fast tracked, I mean, they're doing studies. They're getting high volumes of people. They're getting results from the studies. They're getting efficacy data. They're getting side effect data. If anything. Fast tracking drugs. I know when Trump was president, he really did that warp speed and whatever else. It's really helped out the clinical trial industry because it was a lot of red tape. I mean, if there's, just think of it this way. If you're going to bitch and complain about your freaking package and using the United States Postal Service and how it's a government freaking program and it's, run like shit and I can't believe this, what makes you think that the medical industry is going to be run better by the government? Yeah. It's not. So if there's anything that is a true testament to the red tape that occurs for medications to go from being discovered to being released, it is a lot of time, a lot of red tape. And they're just not like, it wasn't like COVID popped up and they're like, oh shit, we got COVID. Hey, Barry, Susie, can you quick whip up a vaccine real quick for this? I mean, a lot of these viruses and bacteria, they've been around. They're just different variations of it. And someone was working on a medication or a treatment or a vaccination for something within that wheelhouse. And then this virus just happens to be a mutation or a different strain, and it just happens to fall in that wheelhouse. So they've already done a lot of work to that point. Now it's just actually taking that particular virus and then start studying it and looking and seeing what they could do in order to introduce a vaccine or a treatment for it.
Okay.
That's a very...
So who's Barry and Susie?
Barry and Susie are the people. No, I use that name, but the company that Pfizer that has the Pfizer drug, that drug was originally, or that vaccine originated in Germany. It was a husband and wife, and they were working on a vaccine. They were working on those different strains of the viruses, and then you got someone like Pfizer that sees the money and runs with it.
Is there any one particular one? Because I've heard Moderna and Pfizer are similar, but Johnson & Johnson had those weird stuff.
Well, there's some that, listen, you're gonna have some effects to it, like you do with the flu shot.
Right.
That's just that's just it. I've heard less with Pfizer. I've heard more with just the one shot, but at the end of the day, we actually looked at the clinical trials that were done. And even the Pfizer shot, after the first shot, after like the first 7 days, like it's already at 90%, already at 90% efficacy.
But did you feel anything when the first shot? Did you get anything like, did you feel down?
No, I was on a conference call when I got my shot. I sat there. They said wait for 15 minutes, see if allergic reaction. I waited 7 minutes. I bought peanut M&Ms and I stood in line while some lady had about 50,000 coupons, which actually ended up being my 15 minutes of waiting. The second shot I heard is you can have some effects on it, but I don't know. We'll see. It is the way it is.
My first shot, I had that one. I had a dead arm. The first day I had it, I was fine, but the next day I had a dead arm, and I felt rough for 24 hours.
Pfizer? The Pfizer one?
No, the other one.
Moderna?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, my nephew, I think, got the Moderna, and he was sick for a few days afterwards.
Yeah,
you're just getting a higher concentration and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know on Monday.
Paracetamol before you have the injection.
What's that?
During, they say take paracetamol before the injection and throughout. Keep taking paracetamol here.
Yeah, they always recommend, to taking some medication beforehand. I know Jennifer felt a little laggy, if you will, after getting her second shot with Pfizer. But, like Jennifer put up, SARS vaccine has been in works for years. When you hear about these, this is the avian flu, it's this, it's that. When you start looking at the history of these, and a lot of people, did you just see like the post of people going, we've known about COVID for years. Here's a vial from 1970 something. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
It just happens to be a different strain or a different variation of it. That's, we're starting to see it now just with the mutations, right? So I don't claim to know everything. I know just enough to be
You hear about
stupid.
India? India is, they say it's a huge outbreak there now. But there's like news that apparently it's all over the place in India and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
India's
but-
getting hit hard. I think Pakistan.
Yeah, but
Iran.
you got those countries where the population density is just
it's
insane.
Yeah, I don't think a mask is going to help you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Basically,
The one thing that's going to be sad is to see the number of freaking ambulance chasing freaking lawyers in about 5 years.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, did you get this? Because this may be from the vaccination, because they do it all the time.
Yeah.
They do it all the time. And don't let anybody try and fool you by saying that, well, I do nutraceuticals. I do the natural. I do St. John's wort. I do this. They all have an impact on your body. You could eat freaking berries and die because it's poisonous, because it'll kill you. There's animals that have venom that will freaking break down your whole freaking neurological system and turn it to freaking mush. Yeah. It's a chemical reaction. So whether it's synthetic and made in a laboratory, or if it's something you pick off of a freaking dig out of a root, it's still gonna it's still having an impact. It's still gonna have that the pharma. It's gonna have that economic or impact on your body.
So Des, how you liking that cigar? You got a hell of an ash going there.
Nice. Look at that.
Perfect.
Pharmacokinetics, pharmacoeconomics. Listen to me.
It's just a nice. He has a nice.
Not bad for $1.50.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold on to it. For the price, absolutely. But yeah, it's going.
Wait, you said $1.50? Wait, Des, you paid $18 for it.
Yeah.
I can get you. They're $5 over here, Des. I could buy some and ship them to you.
Yeah.
I'm doing the exact same thing, man. I feel for this. I love you, Des, man. I've been feeling for you the moment you said that. I'm thinking, I have got to put a care package together and send it to them, because, God dang, you're getting screwed, bro.
Doug is like, well, listen, man, he's paying $18. It's $1.80. I'll charge him $5. He's still getting a good deal. I'll make some money out of it, and I'll have gas for the week.
It's much cheaper for me. It's cheaper for you guys, absolutely. But yeah, it's nice. I like it. But yeah, it is cheaper for me that way. Absolutely. So I'm going to make this last till about 5 in the morning. I'll be smoking this till.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Well, I know Jennifer put a nice care package for you together.
Yes.
And send it your way.
Lars has spoke to me today as well. He's going to send me something as well. So I'm excited about that as well. So I've got some exciting things coming. So I appreciate that. Can't wait.
Yeah. Mine's more exciting than Lars's.
Oh,
I don't know, Kevin. I saw your freaking package you got, Kevin. I was like, Lars is he's a very generous guy, and he's a super nice guy.
I saw Kevin's package.
But I saw Kevin's package behind the thing. But the first thing I was like, he got fucking curry. I love curry. I'm like, he got the curry. You got the Philadelphia hoagies, but you got the curry.
Oh, that cheesesteak. Oh, we can't wait to dig into that.
I'm dying to try the curry because.
Question then. So we don't get anything like this in the UK. What stands out for it? What makes this? Because I see you guys talking about it all the time, about the spices, the salts, the everything, and I'm like, oh my god, we just get nothing like this. We get just crappy barbecue sauce, or that's it.
Vinegar.
Yeah.
You guys put vinegar on everything.
Vinegar and salt.
Yeah.
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar. It's you know what I mean. There's spice you could buy over the counter, and obviously it's the same as you. And the way I like it is it kind of reminds me of the same thing with cigars. Like you have a mass production factory, whether it's a bundle cigar, and then you have boutique. And I know like with Lars when he makes his spices, he's been doing it for decades. I know he's I don't say he's a chemist. That's what Frank said, but that'll put him in a different realm. But it's getting these spices, and I think when he was talking the last time about the adobo spice, about traveling to Spain and really checking out all these different spices in different countries, and then combining them to get flavors where they complement each other. Like our seasoned salt, he told me what he did to add extra spice to the seasoned salt, and I was blown away by it.
I'm excited about.
I'm not going to say what it is.
I see Jen had put as of yesterday it was in Miami. So God, I hope she filled out the customs. Man, they are brutal in Miami on their customs. God, I hope you wrapped it in gift paper and it says "Happy Birthday, Des." And that's what I do when I send stuff overseas. I sometimes I'll buy a birthday card, even if it's a package going to a customer. Happy birthday. And
Jennifer put "Handle with Care" cigars included.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Jen, she's gonna kill me to go inside because I'm busting her balls a little bit.
Miami International Airport is merciless when it comes to going through packages and everything. They are like really, really evil over there, dude.
Yeah, it's that's
when cigars come in, you get like an ice pick. It's like, hey, here's a box of your cigars. You can't sell these or these two because they just jammed an ice pick through the box.
Kevin, did you see that post that Skip did about his cigars, the Roman craft stuff? Dude,
No.
They decimated his boxes. They like put like a drill through them and crap. It was like insane. I mean, and that was like literally customs. I mean,
Dan.
A lot of his cigars were just destroyed.
Dan Swahili, what's up, buddy? Sorry, Kev. I'm just saying hi to Dan from Dan's Cigar Lounge up in Rosedale, Maryland. Great spot.
It sounds to me like he doesn't have a good import broker or import-export broker, to handle something like that.
Import-exporter?
Yeah.
I import crackers. I export matches.
Yeah.
Well, I received a package from Jeffrey Amendola, and he put candles on the package.
Yeah.
That come through okay. And he's
typical New Yorker. He knows the system.
Yeah.
What he did as well, which I've never seen before. I don't know if this is something you do a lot over there. He actually put the leaf in there as well. So he left me a patch, his details, 4 cigars, and just loose leaf.
Oh, did he put loose leaf in there?
Oh, right on.
That's great. Well, Jeffrey does rolling events, so he has a lot of tobacco.
That's his packing material.
That's his packing material. Yeah, we use peanuts. He uses tobacco.
Yeah.
Dan said that Lars is licensed crazy. That's funny, Dan. But yeah, I mean, it's just hopefully you'll get it. Everything will be in one piece. Everything will be fine.
Fingers crossed.
I've had a package in Miami. It just cleared customs today, heading to Norway. It spent 5 days in customs, and the last time
in Miami,
I sent a package. It came back to me because there was a mistake on the label, and in one part of the label it said there was 21 items in the package, and then another part of the label it said 20 items. So they sent it back to me because the and I'm like, over one item. Yeah. Over one item they kicked it back to me.
I shipped to Canada before and I've never had a problem.
Canada's easy. It doesn't really go through customs.
I mean, like I said, I've done Mexico also. I don't know if it's because maybe the proximity, but I haven't had a problem. And again, also to the DR. Now, again, maybe because they're closer, who knows? But I've shipped to those 3. So far, thank God, never had an issue. And I mean, Puerto Rico, because it's part of the States, whatever, with Robert from the cigar show. But I've never shipped to Europe. But man, I'm feeling left out. I got to put together a little care package and send it to you. There may be my packaging will be naked pictures of Kevin Sheehan and me.
Yeah.
They will never look.
That'll yeah, exactly. That's a good way to
Never
freaking pass
look.
customs.
Kevin in his sex dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's sex dungeon has wrapping paper. I've shipped over to Germany and I actually received a package from Germany, and it wasn't bad. But recently, I just shipped our cigar bands down to Nicaragua, and it's taken a little bit of time. It was a pretty big box. It had some weight to it, but it's definitely going to come around with a bunch of those stickers on it, like a Bugs Bunny brief suitcase.
Now, I've ordered cigars from Switzerland. Never had an issue with them. They label them books. Like, I kid you not. They've always, when I received them, I ordered from this company out there, Cubans and whatnot, and very nice, very reputable. I've used them for years, and they always label them books. It never had a problem.
Yeah.
Again, maybe the Swiss are smart about it. Who the hell knows?
My last package from England had to go to it actually went from a cigar shop in England to a bookstore in Scotland. Then it was put in a box labeling, the bookstore in Scotland.
Yeah.
Then it came to me.
That's smart too. That's smart.
But Care, this cigar, you got this the owner on next week.
Yes.
This is have you had the Scarlet Crown?
Yep.
This is definitely, out of all the ones I've had, the least infused.
Yeah. Have you had smooth sailing yet?
I can't remember. I
don't think so.
I had two of them. I had the patchouli one, and then I had the second one, and I sent you the picture, and I said I liked it a lot better. I can't remember if that was the smooth sailing or not.
Yeah, smooth sailing, it starts off really mild and then really picks up. But that one is the higher end of the three, and they say has it's out of the three, it's got a little bit more strength to it.
Now, do you sell this one as well?
Yeah, I sell.
Okay,
all three.
so don't tell me a price, but I would say on this cigar, for what I'm getting, I would probably pay $14 to $16 for this cigar.
You're right in that wheelhouse.
Am I okay?
You're right in that wheelhouse right now. We have the Scarlet Crown, not the Brown Crown, and not the Scarlet Brown. A 3-pack is $69.99.
Okay.
And again, this is at the higher end. $29.99 for the smooth sailing, and then $39.99 for the culture.
Okay.
And listen, I like the culture because it was like a little time machine. But to your point though, it's one of those things where, if you do like a cigar that's got some pretty in your face aromatics, if you will, and infusions, it definitely has spice to it.
It definitely does, and on the other ones, I would definitely recommend someone dry boxing them for a couple of hours. So just take it out of your humidor, take it out of the cellophane, and just leave it on your desk.
That's what I did.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours. Let some of those aromatics really bleed off, and it's actually a much calmer cigar. And I have been finding I've been doing that with a lot of cigars lately. I don't know if you do that as well, Des, but just dry boxing them.
No, not
yeah, because my one humidor is actually chilled, so I keep it at 56 degrees. So I don't like smoking a cigar that cold right away because it can crack.
Yeah.
So I've been leaving it out on my desk for just a couple of hours, and I've been finding that doing a little dry boxing makes the cigar a lot better.
Yeah, performs better, especially when it's cold like that.
I think it smokes a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer as well. The heat is not as intense either. So
What was that, Des?
I've never done that before. So what you're saying is take it out of the humidor and just leave it in the room on the tape. Just leave it completely, and then for a few hours, and then get back to try it.
Yeah, I'll have to send you my video that I did, and it was a video on does dry boxing work. And I actually kept some cigars, and they were all blind to me, so I didn't know which ones I were smoking.
I remember that video.
Which ones were the fresh ones out of my humidor, which ones had been sitting in a box in my desk for 48 hours, for 7 days. And I was really blown away that, you know, even cigars sitting out, like just in an empty cigar box, you know,
Yeah.
for 2 days, they were really, really good. It was just a lot smoother of a cigar just leaving it out.
I remember that video. I actually think you sent me some outtakes of that too. That video.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to see that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good. I had fun doing it, and it was actually sort of, you know, a good learning experience of just leaving the cigars out.
I did that with the culture the second time I smoked it. The first time I smoked it immediately.
Yeah,
And I was like, wow, wow. I'm glad I smoked that, but I probably won't smoke one for a couple days because it was pretty intense.
Okay.
Second time I let it sit out like you did, Kevin, and I even cut the end and let it sit cut.
okay.
Whether that does anything or not, I don't know. It did something to me mentally. But and then I smoked it, and I noticed that the smell wasn't as strong of the cigar itself. The pre-draw, the cold draw, was completely less. The flavoring was less, and actually got some different flavors from it. And then when I smoked it, it was really toned down.
Is this something you've been doing recently, Kevin? Or I mean, just been you normally do that every now and then, or?
Yeah, just really over the last just couple months, I think, since I did that video on the dry boxing, and really, I mean, for the most part, and especially for all of our cigar reviews that we do now, I've been leaving them out for a couple of hours just to get them acclimated to, you know, just let them bleed off a little bit, let them breathe, if you will. And yeah, I've been surprised at how much smoother the cigars have been by just letting them just breathe a little bit. I guess.
Like wine, right? You do it with wine.
I guess I don't drink wine, so
yeah, you gotta let a good red breathe, man. You gotta open it up and let it breathe, and you know, does Jess let her wine breathe?
Yeah. She's breathing on the wine as she's drinking it. Yeah.
Or does Jess just pull the Jesse Ventura? I don't got time to breathe.
Yeah. I remember one, and she's gonna kill me if so. This is probably going back a month ago. She was finishing her wine in her glass. But she finished her glass and she went back to the kitchen to top off the glass, but there was only a little bit in the bottle. And I don't know what I said, but I pissed her off instantly. So instead of pouring it into the glass, she just finished off the bottle. And then she's like yelling at me, and I'm like, "This is a good look. It's a good look. You're yelling at me, waving a bottle of wine around, finishing it." I'm like, I should be recording this.
That's fantastic. Nobody's gonna tell a Navy man when he's had too much to drink.
In his dungeon.
Oh my God, that's great.
Nice.
So Duncan, can I ask you? So what is it that do you have your own brand? Do you?
I've mostly been a retailer for a long time. I do consulting also for other companies as well when they hire me to come in and restructure them. I work in the humidors to make sure that whatever the product lines that are going to be coming in are going to be not just sitting there. You know, you don't want to have a shop owner spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in merchandise, and then 6-7 months down the line, most of it is still there. And we've had this discussion before, Carrie and I. It's always good to talk to guys like Kevin, Carrie, get somebody that really also can guide that process, because the last thing you want to have is cigars that don't move. So retail has always been my passion. I'm a salesman. I love it. We do have our own. It's a very simple. And I'm going to send you. I do mean that. I want to send you some cigars that we're working on and that we have, which are called our house blend. Now these here in the States, we normally sell them. I mean, I retail them between $3 to $4, depending upon the size. It's simple blends, what I call the everyday blue collar smokes. That's all that they are. We named them after my mom, Doña Nolida Echevarria, my mom. She has a history within the industry. So did my grandmother and my dad. On my dad's side, going all the way back to the turn of the century and stuff like that. But I love the retail side of it. I've always said to everybody, I have a passion for cigars. I adore cigars.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've blended because I've worked in factories to learn how to blend, to roll. Uh, I love working with those guys, particularly, I would say the simpler the factories or the more down home and more family oriented, the more enthralled I am by them. And then I bring that to the shop mentality. I think there's a lot of great cigar shop owners out there that truly love their businesses, but they sometimes have like a something that's not there between them and the humidor. So I always say, get somebody that can work that humidor, man. Get somebody that's passionate and can educate a little bit about the tobacco, the aging, the fermentation. Like what Kevin was just talking about, the dry boxing.
Yeah.
And there was a reason for my question. You said you've been doing it for a few months now. That's something that, as far as I mean, without knowing or not knowing, I've known dudes who've been doing that for years. I mean, they'll take cigars, whether they've pulled them out of their humidor or a cool environment, and just leave them alone for 3-4 hours on just a table. They just let them come to terms, acclimatize to the environment, and those cigars tend to smoke very differently than something that has been freshly taken out of an aging room or maybe out of a cool environment. So it's lovely to hear someone like Kevin. Kevin is a dedicated mofo when it comes to this stuff, and I love listening to him because it's fun. Because I look at him; he's younger than me, even though he doesn't look it behind that beard. And I said, "Man, this is the new age of what real cigar knowledgeable guys is going to be." I love that. I mean, I'm about to be 50, and I grew up in Miami. I was down the street from Pepin Garcia with my father's cigars. Used to hang up in there. It was a fun time. Down at Titan de Bronce with Tati. I mean, with Willie Rodriguez. I mean, all those people. I grew up in that environment in Miami, and I learned a little bit from everyone. So I loved it. And when I look at guys like Kevin, I'm like, dude, the guy's a beast. I mean, he's an absolute genius when he approaches certain things, and I love that. And real quick, on a side note, I said this before in my show, but he sent me a package of some of the props that he does, man. I love this little cigar. Look, perfect, folds into my wallet. I adore this thing more than anything else. Your bleeder is the baddest bitch I've ever seen, dude. This thing is
It's one of the best that's one of the, I told you before, Kevin, that's one of the best things. The bleeder tool is
the penis
brilliant.
measurement device that you sent me is awesome.
I'm gonna send you one of those bleeders too, Des. So hit me up on Instagram. Just get me your address.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna send you something. But Duncan had when he was talking about his the house blends. Now I know in overseas, anywhere, Australia, UK, Scotland, they have strict rules on packaging. Do you guys have, is there such a thing as a house blend, like an unbanded, unboxed cigar? Is that something that's a thing over there?
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
No, nothing at all.
It's got to be all branded. It's got to be labeled
Yeah.
and stuff. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
There's nothing unbranded here. Absolutely.
Okay,
Nothing.
yeah, because you can walk to a lounge and buy a bundle of like 20 cigars with no labeling at all.
Yeah.
It's very common here. You work with certain brand owners and you reach out to them and say, hey, man, can you make me a specific, blend? And we'll call that a house blend from XYZ brand. And a lot of cigar shops, they do really well with that because usually it ends up being a very reasonably priced cigar, but it's still good quality. And they hustle, man.
Yeah.
I'm a huge believer in what I call the bread and butter cigars. Bread and butter to me is between the $3 and $10 range. I love that. A successful retail shop needs to have a good, solid 80% inventory that is moving in that realm. And then I'd say the other 20% should be split up between the high dollar sticks and the super premiums. You got a lot of great stuff, that's high end, but to survive in today's world, you got to move product. You got to hustle it.
Nope.
And the bulk of the American guys is the blue collar, everyday workers. Kevin, you're a blue collar guy. I mean, Kerry's the only rich one around here. I mean, look at the way he dresses. He's got that nice custom guayabera, the Panama hat,
Yeah. I'm rich, all right. I'm
rich.
rich. I'm rich in friendship, Duncan.
Yeah.
That's what I'm rich in.
Plus, Duncan, for that is they send you a cigar without the band on. That's about as clear, as close as it gets. But that's normally with a like subscription. They'll send you 4 cigars, and they'll have one,
Gotcha.
which you'll find out what it is the next month. That's about because you have like factory smokes. Is it? They're cheap ones, are they over there?
Yeah, like the Drew Estate makes what's called a factory smoke. Yeah, it's like a $1.25. Yeah, it's the same as what you're smoking there, the Quorum.
But that's what they need to do here because the cigar shops in the UK, what I know of, are struggling. There's one that's closed down, which was near me, which closed down in December. That's gone, and they're closing all the time because I think it's because of that. They just sell high-end premium cigar. They don't sell like factory cigars like you can just go and pick up for like a couple of quid.
I wonder why that is. You know, is it? You know,
it's got to be tough. I mean, he's smoking an $18 factory smoke.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's
in the world. The
don't
best
know.
customer is that blue collar guy. I love the regular, everyday guy that walks into the shop. You know, he's got maybe 20, $30. He wants to do something really nice for that week or that weekend, and you can walk out, with 4 or 5 good sticks, in that price point range. If you got $30, you're not going to be disappointed. But in the UK, you walk in with $30, you're basically walking out with one cigar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. And that's why they're closing down. And literally, I don't know what it's like when you're over there. If I go into a cigar shop, I'm pretty much the only person in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It's mental sometimes. I'll go in there and I've got the complete route. There's no one else in there buying cigars at all.
Man,
it's due to your taxing, right? It's due to the taxes in the UK.
Yeah.
And it's all based off of weight.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing for me to go into like Corona and Tampa, and even like on a Wednesday afternoon, say 2:00 in the afternoon when most cigar shops are dead, they'll have 50, 60 people in there.
What?
On a Saturday night, like in like what we call season, here, but 200 people.
Yeah. Cigars is a monster, dude. He's got 3 or 4 dedicated lounges.
Yeah.
Davidoff. He's got the Drew Estate with the Liga one. He's got the Crown, the Diamond Crown. And they're all slamming. Every time you see a picture on social media, slammed. I mean, like insane.
Yeah.
Which is the one that's is the Davidoff the one that's a 2-story one, the really pretty one?
Well, it looks like it's 2-story, but it's only one. Like the second story is office space and stuff like that.
And that place is gorgeous, Des. I mean, but when you see the pictures, slammed. I mean,
but and he's in a good location, which helps. Like on his Tampa store, you'll pull up and the cars out front, you'll see, Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentley. So those are the cars you see lined up. But he doesn't cater to the high end. It's just in a high end area. So I mean, anybody can go in there. Look, they allow me in there, but yeah, it's
the new Fuente place that Angela Yui did. The cathedral. How'd you like it?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Oh, wow, it looks amazing, dude.
It is gorgeous. But yeah, I mean.
But I think going back to Dez's point, and your point is that the shops in England, they have all the higher end, but they don't have enough of the factory smokes.
Yeah.
Because even the factory smokes are going to cost, the conversion of $18 a piece. So if that's the norm, right? If it's like, okay, well, I could get a Quorum for $18, you just need to have a better selection of cigars in that factory line, but it's still going to be impacted by the taxation of the tobacco. It's just that if your price is already here and then you add taxes to it, it's going to be up here.
I'm just wondering if they catered more towards the factory smokes and if they're buying more, if they're able to get a better price and then bring that price down. If you only buy one bundle of Quorum, I mean you're not going to get a great price. Like one of my local lounges, those bundles of Quorum, they'll have 200, 300, 400, 500 bundles of those. So
that drives the price down. Big time. But now, Des, let me ask you: when you go into the shop, do you see that the quorum that you picked up. I mean, maybe it's something to talk to the guys about. Does that move more than the Tiamos that you smoked, or some of the others that you've been smoking?
Not sure. I haven't been to this tobacco shop for a while, but they always seem so full. It's they're not selling, and the horrible part of it is go there and there's never anyone. It's just never anyone in there, and it's
Yeah, probably
got
tough.
a lady to go to Birmingham called Shelley. She's been P. Brow tobacconist. She's been there for years. Her dad did it and everything. And she's stopped buying cigars completely. And every time I phoned her, I says, "Have you got anything new? Have you got anything I can come and have a look at?" She was like, "I've had nothing for months. Nothing."
Wow.
And it's
Speaking of rare, we got Lars who just hopped on.
Hey,
What's up,
gang.
Sexy?
How are you
Hey.
doing, Sexy?
Lars, good to
How
see
are
you.
you doing, Des?
Yes.
We got a little powwow since Gary was rescheduled.
Yeah, I'm
We got
so
a little
sorry
powwow
about
going
that.
here.
I would have been on. I had to when. Okay, so Justice, we had a kind of big meeting with one of my very good friends in the music industry tonight
Jay-Z.
with Justice stuff. So it was all went really well.
Good for her. She's a very, very sweet girl, and hopefully things are going to break for her.
Yep, and it will. She's doing great already. It's amazing. On one of her TikTok videos, it went just one where she's freestyling. She has almost 4 million views on it, and like
Jesus Christ,
almost a
wow.
million likes, and hundreds of
Wow.
thousands of comments.
Damn.
It's pretty cool, man.
Kevin.
And she wants to be on the show again too. So it's,
Yeah, we would have her and do something live. Kevin, I bet you if you released that video of Duncan, it would get that 4 million views.
I'm telling you,
It-
I was just thinking the same thing.
It was already released.
No.
So yeah, so as soon as Duncan told me earlier that it's like, hey, go ahead and post
The
it.
world is ready.
Yeah.
the world is a vampire.
Kevin, I will not like that video. I will not watch it. I've seen it once and I cannot unsee it. So where are you right now, Lars?
I'm in Jersey City.
Jersey City.
Yeah. Just hanging out, I called in before I drive back.
Well, I appreciate
May
you
end up
calling
visiting
in.
a friend, but
Very nice. You gonna hit any cigar shops?
is that my thing? My phone?
Yeah, I think you're freezing up there, bud. I was
I'm
asking you,
freezing up,
you gonna stop at any restaurants or any cigar shops along the way?
No cigar shops. We did a restaurant which is actually really good, man. It was a great little spot. You can check it out in the pictures on Facebook.
Definitely. Jennifer gave a report on Duncan's video. It's already had 178 views.
Oh, I love it.
I'm talking about,
Is
baby.
he
That's
naked?
That's always when you bang a boss
Yes.
about payback.
Is he
Yeah.
naked?
Yeah, he's naked with just a box in front of his
good.
junk.
What's this video?
Oh, good, I love it.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
Des,
Yeah, it's
And
it's on my
100 of those
Instagram.
Des, this is
Mine.
the part. This is part of the show you want to block out.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be right.
This is the part of the show where it's like great information on cigar guys, but woo, look at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting a little late.
It's too cocky.
Hey,
I love
but
that.
real quick, back to something that when I met Carrie, it was down in South Carolina. That shop that I was in, you'll trip out. That's where I learned to love bundle cigars. That shop owner every Monday was ordering an average of 200 to 300 bundles from different companies, but I mean literally every Monday 200 to 300. And he said to me, "It's bread and butter. It's a lot of people come in for other stuff." But every Monday, if you're ordering almost 300 bundles of cigars, that's paying rent, that's paying electricity, that's paying salaries, and I love that concept from what he showed me. And I said, you know what? There's
Sure.
got to be something to that.
He had great location too. It was right off the
yeah,
highway, right off a major highway.
Truck drivers loved him. I mean, it's a good
And
little spot.
he paid for billboards for miles beforehand. So
Everyone, yeah,
for by the time it was like 30 some miles up the road or whatever the hell it was, I mean, from the moment you start seeing that sign, it seemed like every 5 miles you'd see a sign, stop at exit 60, stop at exit 60. So by the time you get to exit 60, you're like, I got to see the world's biggest humidor.
dude, 48,000 a month for 12 billboards.
Jesus.
I mean, literally.
Wow.
The guy dominated the entire strip. I mean, if you went into South Carolina, 85, like you said, every 10, 15 minutes you'd see one. He dominated that corridor. I mean, it's insane. But that was his budget, just on billboards only. He didn't put money into anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I remember traveling back from up north and seeing those signs and stopping in.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think it'll be quite interesting for you guys. Is if I went to the Havana House in Stratford, went to the one in Birmingham and the other one in Birmingham, and I could do a little episode of, you could see how big these cigar shops are.
Yeah.
You'll be like, be blown away. You'd be like, what? Just,
As in a cigar smoker and someone that I watch a lot of cigar reviewers on YouTube because they're friends of mine, and B, I want to see what they're doing. You know, like all the new stuff that they're doing. And I always want to see something like new, like something like what you would do there.
Yeah.
That would be captivating because over here in the States, we are so interested about how they smoke cigars in Europe, you know, or Germany or Australia. You know, we want to know.
Or in my bedroom.
Yeah. but we always want to know what our counterparts what their cigar life is. You know, like even if you did a video like on pricing of what it cost and you know or what a lounge is and then we like people with accents, so it's that's captivating for us. You know, but I think that would be fantastic.
That's a great idea, you see, because now I'm like thinking. That's what people want to see. Want to see what the difference is. I think it'd make a good episode. Just seeing that difference in culture and how we do it here.
Yeah, you know, because probably the number one question that you get asked is, so you only smoke Cubans, right? Because you can get them at cheap. You know, so I think over here we think that in England everybody smokes Cuban cigars because they're $10 each. You know, and they're really cheap. You know, I would love. I mean, you smoking a quorum and telling everybody the price, and people would be blown away about the differences in the cigar culture. And I think that would be really good for your channel is just showing how different the culture is.
That's a great idea. You guys give me. This is what I love because you guys give me such good inspiration to do something like that, and I think, like you say, it'd make very interesting viewing. I think.
It would definitely make great viewing.
I'm 1,000,000%. I'm going to be working on that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, because I think, like you say, just to see what our perspective is here, and it is so different here to over there from just having this conversation tonight. Crazy.
I'm watching the video right now, dude. I love.
Yeah, and Lars, you know, back in your day, I mean, God, man, if they'd have had YouTube back in when you were younger, traveling the world, you know, traveling to Africa, traveling to Spain, could you imagine you cataloging?
I'd be arrested right now in jail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a good bad thing, Kevin. It's a good bad thing. It was like back, back when it was like, man, when I was in college, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have smartphones and cameras and pictures. Thank fucking God. Yeah. You know, back in those days, if someone had a camera, it was like a disposable one at a party, or a girl had a camera. So we got pictures from back like in the 80s and 90s. It was like, oh, well, I was really glad that she or he brought that camera. Thank God there wasn't the ability just to click and freaking record whatever was going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine it. Lars
would be banned in 18 countries.
None of you guys want to. Yeah, Yeah, none of you guys want to imagine it. Trust me.
No.
Oh
He's
my
pictured
God.
being at the airport.
Yeah. Yeah, every airport, do not let this guy on and back in our country.
Exactly.
Except for France. Except for France. He'd be living in France.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
Yeah.
Could be.
Oh my
Oh, there
God,
we
that's
go. I got a
hilarious.
selfie stick now going. Ooh, look at that.
You see all those pictures of
see
all
if
these
I
bits and mixed in between it would be Lars. Like, don't let him in.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Des, I think your name's gonna be in the in Miami if everybody keeps sending you packages. I mean, like,
Like this
Who
guy
the
has
fuck's
a birthday
Des?
all the time.
Jesus God, are you? That's why I put less on mine. I'm gonna throw them off. I put less
Yeah,
on mine.
yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna keep seeing
Well, you know what the old saying
Des'
is,
name
less
through
is
there.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna see Dez's name and be like, did he have a birthday last month? Maybe they're a little late. I don't know. This guy's got a lot of birthdays. By my account, he's about 180.
Is it how many candles?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna be like, what the hell is Dez freaking starting his own candle business? I got candles in here. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So, Lars,
Yes.
we got you here on the phone. You're in the streets of Jersey City. You got to rap for us now.
Okay. You know I
But
will.
first of all, before we start, we get Lars's rap. How's your shoulder doing?
I really am not having any pain in it, and I did a lot of working out today, and I did physical therapy. I feel good.
Good.
Yeah, I feel really good, man. I'm not really, I'm not suffering so much anymore. The pain,
Well, that's
and
good
it's so
news.
weird because I could not sleep on my right-hand side.
Oh.
You know, just not long ago.
Yeah.
I can now sleep on my right side, and I'm not in any pain. It's amazing.
Good.
Oh,
Well,
right
glad
on.
that you're getting a speedy recovery. So, what's the freestyle rap tonight?
Okay, I'll just spit something. Well, blast my lyrical gas, looking like the shit from the unforgiving. I blast you in the ass, you like a proctologist. The rhythmologist lived the knowledge, never went to college, like a slam dunk punk, fake the funk. Then you get jumped, Glock in with my crew. Better be down, we be glocking you. When I come around, watch your nugget. When I come around, watch your nugget. And it's like that. When I come around, humble, watch your nugget. Check that shit out. When I come around, humble, watch your nugget. It's like that. When I come around, watch your nugget. Take the lyrical fake. In it to win it, but you made a mistake. Frontin' that hop shit with me. You're gonna be played like misery. I got a 1-2 balls of steel. Knock the shit out of your sex appeal. When I come around, homeboy, watch your nugget. When I come around, homeboy, watch your nugget. And it's like that. When I come around, homeboy, watch your nugget. Check that shit out. When I come around, homeboy, watch your nugget. Take it like that. When I come around, watch your nugget. Take the lyrical fake. In it to win it, but you made a mistake. Frontin' that hot shit with me, you're gonna be played in misery. When I come around,
Now tomorrow on
watch
Facebook,
your
we're gonna see
nugget.
it.
Go ahead.
We're gonna see a video of someone filming. Like, who is this guy walking around Jersey City spitting beats, you know, with on a selfie stick?
That's funny.
I know.
That's
That'd be
hilarious.
awesome.
You know what I did? I screwed up and forgot the third verse. So it was flaunt your girl in my face. I'll treat her. You'll end up second place. Ask the girlies around the way who's the best on any given day. I'm the man that scream. They ain't frontin'. When it comes to me, they feel like they're blunting. When I come around, watch your nugget. When I come around, humble, watch your nugget. And it's like that when I come around, hope watch your nugget. Check that shit out. When I come around, hope watch your nugget. And it's like that when I come around. It's the Stogie Roads Diaries, bitches.
There you go. Mike Pritchard, nice to join us from Australia. Mike Pritchard said it's $100 for an Opus X in Australia.
Wow.
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 I've seen a few like that here. I've seen a few like that here also.
Yeah, Australia has like UK, but they have a very high tax on the weight of the tobacco. So
Yeah, tobacco and sugar. Yeah,
it's crazy. Well, thanks, Lars. That was awesome, man. I'm glad that you went back and got that verse that you forgot.
Well, I love you guys. It was a pleasure and an honor to be on your show as usual.
Next week, we're gonna have on Gary. I got everything ready.
Yeah.
I have the intro. I got everything. It's on the VSRCigarFam.com. I posted the direct link for the brand 1776. Des.
Hey, did you see I was promoting your show on your website on my podcast last night?
No, I was watching your podcast for a little bit, and then it was a long day. I started dozing off, but thank you.
On the bottom, there was a little trailer thing that was running by the whole time.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right on.
Had your website on there.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, God, we're really expanding the. We're expanding the spices and with the barbecue sauce and really exciting stuff.
And Lars, awesome. Thank you for the spices, Lars. Thank you. The Jessica can't wait to try the curry. I'm stoked about this Philly cheesesteak. This looks amazing. You know, and then the Justice Brat.
Also got some of my vintage cigars.
Yes, I was gonna ask you what is the age on those?
Those are like close to 40 years.
Oh my God!
Older than you, Kevin.
And I have
They're older than you, Kevin.
Thank you. So I got a package coming back your way, Lars.
I love you, brother. Thank you.
Oh, I love you too.
Des, my man, you're on mute, so we don't know if you're talking or if you're rapping.
We lost him.
You got the English rapper now.
No sound.
No.
Care, I think if you click on those three little dots underneath his name, you can control his audio as well.
Yeah, I can, but there's nothing to control. It was there's nothing to control now. Duncan, what do you got for us, man?
Well, bittersweet. And I am going to be taking a slight hiatus from the social media for a while. We're going to be holding off on Los Tres Maduros because of scheduling between the guys and myself. So we're going to just kind of like take a couple of months off, and we might be back probably like midsummer, late summer. There's a couple of projects that I also want to work on as well. So that's bittersweet news. But other than that, like I said, anytime I'm invited to come on here, I'll definitely partake with you guys. But that's the only thing going on. We got the final confirmation from Damon Goldie Robinson about the Queen City Cigar Festival coming in. I will be the only, and I'm very thankful for the honor, cigar vendor on May the 23rd there. I'm very excited to bring some great products, some great cigars. Apparently I'm going to be a guest speaker. I told them I am horrible in front of crowds, but we'll see what happens. There may be that video that Kevin just posted playing behind me, so I'm looking forward to that.
May 23rd, no, Sunday?
May 23rd, yes. That's when it wraps up everything. It starts on Wednesday, and it ends on Sunday. So Sunday is going to be the final wrap-up, and I'm super excited about it. So that's pretty much what we got going on. Busy with work. The arm, no braces. Everything is good. Little pain, but other than that, man, I'm excited about what the summer is going to be bringing. but we are gonna take Los Tres Maduros on a slight vacation. We're gonna kind of go off the air for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta give Goldie a call because he talked about doing maybe doing a live show up there.
That'd be great, man. Honestly, I mean, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I
he's a
know
good
for a
guy.
fact they're getting people from all over the U.S., Seattle. I mean, like literally Kansas, all over the place. People are buying tickets for this thing. It's very exciting. Great venues that are going to be participating. So really looking forward to it.
That's fantastic.
You hit me again.
We got Des back.
Yes.
There you go, my man.
Yeah.
Hey, Des.
Yeah, I'm back. So what I want to do for you guys as well is I want to send you some stuff from here as well. So if you can, guys, I know I've got something on the way for you, Kerr. So I'll be sending, and I want to send something to all you guys, a little British package. So if you can, get me your addresses as well.
I'll be reaching out to you, Des.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Something from Britain.
I got you.
Yeah, so some
Can I get a picture?
make it overnight if you're sending some fish and chips. Make it fast.
I want a picture of the Queen.
Yeah.
I have a cup which I bought because I'm quite patriotic, and it's of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But I've had to try and put that to one side at the moment because there's a lot of stuff going on over here about all that at the moment.
I was gonna say that's up in the cabinet.
Yeah. I read about that in my Google feed every single day.
Yeah.
I know everything about them. So yeah.
Yeah, heaven forbid any other more important news gets bumped to the top. No, we gotta find out what's going on with their struggles.
Well, I mean,
you know, they couldn't pay for their internet.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Megan was really good looking and hot as shit years ago.
You don't think she is anymore? I think she's pretty attractive, man.
No,
You know,
I'm only
man.
fucking with you.
I was like, wait a second. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, God damn, what?
There's something about that. I don't know, man.
I don't know. She seems like she's a bitch.
Yeah.
But but yeah, she comes off. I mean, she doesn't speak a lot, but she has resting bitch face. You know?
It's like,
RBF.
it's a
RBF.
crazy look. Like crazy,
Yeah.
you know. What's her face? AOC.
Yeah.
Man, it's like they show pictures. Like, man, she's pretty cute. And then she like starts talking. You see her eyes open, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. I remember Roseanne Barr said she has realtor eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's like literally one of the
I
best.
don't
She's got realtor eyes.
Bang AOC.
Yeah. So yes, Les or Des, we would like to apologize about breaking up the royal family. I will be the first, and I'm going to own that one.
You can own that one.
Why are you Canadian, Kevin?
No, I'm not. But you know, she has destroyed their everything.
Well, Piers Morgan.
I know. How funny is that?
Morgan, and he lost his job through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a proper advocate of the Royals. He loves what they're all about. But honestly, when they did that Oprah Winfrey interview, it was just over here. It was just met with so much bad press from it.
Dude, think about this. He lost his job over it, and Sharon Osbourne lost her job over defending him over him losing his job.
It's just gone crazy. Like,
Yeah.
They reckon there was like 17 lies in that interview, and they've been proven. And it's just like,
Dude.
I don't know. It pushed me a little bit because I'm patriotic. I love the Royals. I love what it's. But when it comes to Prince Philip's funeral, he was hated. He was bad.
Yeah.
I can imagine. That's a tough gig. See, now when you see about the lies and stuff, now you see what we're used to with our American politics over here, with all the ridiculousness that we deal with on a regular basis. But check out Des also, not Les, but Des.
That's kind of stuck now.
I know, man. I was like, I got that one day. It was just Les was stuck in my head. I don't know why.
I think I'm calling myself Les.
But I was on your show the one day, and it was like everybody was calling him Les, and I was like, this may be a new thing for you, Des.
Yeah, probably.
You check him out on YouTube on Cigar Cabin as well. And are you on Instagram and
Thanks for inviting me on again.
Oh no, always, man. I mean, it's. I just feel bad because it's so damn late there for you.
Oh, it's okay. My son's just got up, so I've got to go and sort him out in a minute. So
that's right. He's going to be on a show, right?
I'll get him on. Reggie's not on for ages. He's getting old. Bless him.
No, but your son's going to be on a sitcom.
Yes. It's going to be starting next. It's going to start probably next April though, because they're filming now. So it'll be next April when that gets aired, or towards November. November and April are the dates that they'll be putting the first series out. So yeah, excited about it.
A year from now, we're going to see Dez on the red carpet.
Yeah. You know, when he said, awesome. He's got to go and sort them out. See, when my mom would say that to one of us, I got to go. It means we're getting our ass beat.
Yeah,
I need to go sort him out. You know, that means you fucked up, and you're getting an ass whooping. You're getting sorted out.
Yeah, getting sorted out means you're being separated from the group, so no one can witness the beating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
So Kev, you're a fountain of information, and Lord knows you are a busy man with what's going on. What's going on in the world of Cigar Prop?
This Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going live with Oliver from United Cigars for our Sticks and Stones, the big reveal. So everybody's going to find out what is all about this cigar, the strangest cigar ever produced. So we're gonna talk about this, and I'm gonna tell everybody everything about this cigar. And then, as always, typical Cigar Prop stuff.
And that's Saturday.
That's Saturday, yeah.
Saturday, and there's a mad dash to get how many likes for Jess's Instagram page?
Yeah, so Jessica M. Brandt on Instagram. So tomorrow's her birthday. So we're hoping by midnight tomorrow that we can get her 5,000 followers on Instagram. She's at like 4,700. So we're really trying to get her.
Flip that switch, Lars. You know Lars can get that done.
I will.
I'll check that out. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
Lars connected. He flipped the switch. We can get her to 5,000. I'm glad that you clarified she's at 4,700, not starting off with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That mountain got a lot smaller from the way you started that off, Kev.
That does get a little more helpful.
Whew. Oh man, well listen, I want to thank everybody for hopping on tonight. Next week we're gonna have on Gary from the brand 1776. And then keep an eye out. I've been popping in with the new FH2 cigars, a lounge that opened up here in Simpsonville. I'm going to be doing a live event on the 22nd of May for their grand opening, so I'm really excited about that. But listen, man, Des, I appreciate you hopping on last minute. And Lars, I appreciate you hopping on. I know you had a busy day with Justice. Pass along our well wishes.
You know that.
No, man, we love you too, and I'm really glad that you're able to hop on. It's always good to see you, my friend Duncan. And even though you take a hiatus, we're still going to be having you here on Thursdays. And Kev, again, I was chatting with Kevin, and I'm like, "Oh man, Gary can't make it." He goes, "Hey, you want me to hop on?" I'm like, perfect. So I appreciate you making yourself available for this evening as well. Keep checking us out on VSRCigarFam.com. I'm going to be posting the brand, the links where you can get the brand, and then we're also going to be releasing very, very soon. If I can just find the end here. Red Tips, nice little story. The cigar bands were found. They were made in 1923, and those 1923 cigar bands are put on cigars made by Espinosa. And then we also have our Room 101 cigars that'll be coming on very, very soon. So, from Lars in Jersey City and Des in his cabin in England, Duncan from his chateau in Statesville, and Kevin from the Room 101 sex dungeon.
Nice.
This is Care Viajante from the Stogie Road Studios, wishing everybody a great evening, a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Stay safe. See you all, everyone.
Love you.